Week 5 is complete, and now I'm going to give you the power rankings. The top 25 video, I was going to do it yesterday, but I had scheduling conflicts, so I was not able to do that. So not going to do one for this week, but we'll do one for next week. Tomorrow or Thursday, I will do a Texas versus Oklahoma special preview video. I'll mention some stuff in this video, but I won't go into too much detail because I want to save most of that for tomorrow. So yeah, but just wanted to inform you on that. Let's get into it. Number 10, Kansas. Yeah, they're still there at number 10. Rough week. They allowed 48, but they scored 28, so not bad for Kansas. Number 9, Kansas State. You know, I almost moved them up a spot, but man, it was kind of hard to. They lost at home, which sucks, but yeah. They scored 14 points late. It's not great. Only 14 points, and it was all in the second half. It was a rough game for Kansas State. It started off, they let a punt return go 90 yards for a touchdown. They did pretty good at holding Texas's offense stable and not letting them go too crazy or anything like they did against TCU. Well, I wouldn't call TCU and USC too crazy, but they didn't let them score 30-plus points. They only allowed them to score 19, and 2 of those points were from a safety that happened, which was the offense's fault. But the offense just struggled, honestly, for Kansas State. Only 217 total yards. It's not really good. First half, they had Alex Delton in. He just, nah. Then they put Skylar Thompson in. He did better. But yeah, Kansas State, not a good day for them. They finally lose at home to Texas for the first time since 2002. Number 8, we got Baylor. Baylor put up 33 points. Bad news, they allowed double that. They allowed 66 points. So, yeah, that's great for their offense. I think the offense needed some confidence there. Scoring 33 points is obviously good. But the defense, I mean, Oklahoma does have a pretty explosive offense. So, it's hard to say, but, man, Baylor, obviously loss sucks, but I think that's good that they scored 33 points. That's good for them. Iowa State is at number 7. They had a close loss at TCU. Obviously, and it was a close loss, so I thought flip them with Baylor. They played better on the road than Baylor did from last week's rankings. So I think Iowa State deserves to be ahead of Baylor just because they played a tougher road. They obviously didn't play as good of his team, but they did play pretty solid. Obviously didn't score a lot of points, only 14 points. A lot of late field goal, which ended the game. But the bad news I'll get to TCU later, but yeah. Number 6, Oklahoma State. As I said, they destroyed Kansas. They allowed 26 points against Kansas, so they don't move from last week. They remain at number 6. And now we're going to go into the top 5. Same rank as last week. TCU stays at number 5. Bad news for them. Sean Robinson went down late in that game, so it's not good for them, obviously. But, you know, they still won, got away with a win against Iowa State. They got some revenge for last year, I guess. But good win for TCU, good to get a conference win. And obviously, you know, just winning is winning, so it's good for them. Number 4, I got Texas Tech. Man, poor Texas Tech here. First quarter was terrible. They allowed 28 points. They only scored 7. It seemed like it was going to be a blowout after that, but man, they actually rallied back and played pretty solid. They pulled it to 35-27, and then Jet Duffy, the backup, threw a pick 6. Texas Tech was able to score again, but it was not enough, as West Virginia was able to hold them off 42-34. Obviously, a pretty good day for West Virginia, 42 points, but man, that second half, they only scored, 7 points, I think. Yeah, let me see. 7 points in the second half. That's not good. It was defensive touchdown, so they were shut out on offense in the second half. So obviously the first quarter was really good for them. Explosive offense, Will Greer, obviously Heisman candidate. But that second half, that's not great for West Virginia. They still walked away with the good road win. But obviously the bad news for Texas Tech is Alan Bowman being injured. He had a collapsed lung or something. He's still in the hospital, I think. He's leaving the hospital soon, though. But hoping he gets better. That's a very serious injury. So, man. But Texas Tech, rough day. They were able to rally back, which is good, but they just had a lot of turnovers, which ended up hurting them at the end. How many turnovers was it? They had 3 turnovers versus West Virginia's 0 turnovers. So if they can cut down those turnovers, that would be great, obviously. Number 3, I got Texas. Texas, as I said, they ended the Manhattan curse, won for the first time there since 2002. So I think that's like a 6-game streak against them in Manhattan. So obviously a good win for Texas to finally end that streak. It was a very ugly win, but they got it done going into the Red River rivalry, Red River showdown, whatever you want to call it. But very big deal to end that streak. They're on a hot streak. Beat USC at home, beat TCU at home. Now they beat K-State on the road. Now they got a very challenging Oklahoma team who can explode offensively. Obviously, their defense has struggles. But, I think Oklahoma's offense is pretty solid, so it's going to be a good test for them next week to see if Texas is back, which I will talk about tomorrow or Thursday. Oklahoma's number 2. Offense, pretty good. They scored 66 points. I've talked about this every week, but their defense, I'm starting to get a little concerned for that defense. 2 weeks ago, they allowed 27 to Iowa State. They couldn't take down Hakeem Butler. Last week, I'll give him a free pass. That triple option is hard to guard, and it burns a lot of the clock, so they weren't able to do much. So I'll give them a pass on that. But this week against Baylor's 33 points, that's not good. Let's see the total yardage here of how many they allowed. But yeah, Oklahoma's defense. And the teams they played this year, once again, I'll talk about this more tomorrow. It's not like they've been playing Ohio States like they did last year when they played Ohio State. They're not playing these great teams. So far, their schedule hasn't been too tough. They played FAU, UCLA, Army, Iowa State, and Baylor. So not super tough teams. Obviously, these teams have shown some potential, but, not really great teams yet. They haven't played the best of the Big 12 yet. I think this week against Texas is going to be a big test for them. Once again, I'll talk about that tomorrow. But if they can get through these big tests like Texas, West Virginia, at Texas Tech, I think that's a good sign for them if they want to make a run at the playoff. But seeing here, they allowed 493 yards. That's not good. Charlie Brewer, 60 pass attempts, 400 yards. Good for him. But, man, Oklahoma's defense needs to get it together before they play Texas. Obviously, I'll talk about more of that tomorrow. And number 1, West Virginia still got a road win against a good team. But, man, they almost gave it up. Their offense needs to keep up the pace. So, yeah, that's all I have for today. As I said, Texas, Oklahoma preview. Tomorrow or Thursday, Big 12 preview. It won't include the Texas, Oklahoma, obviously, because I've already talked about it in the other video. Then I'll do the race preview, all my normal stuff for each week. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to watch another one of my videos, I don't know what I'm going to put here, but it's here, and you should watch it. Same thing for this one. Watch it, like it. Hopefully you enjoy it. And then if you would like to subscribe to the channel, just go ahead and click on my face. That'd be lovely. If you could just click on my face and make me happy and subscribe. Thank you for watching.